Scr1tno Podcast. My name is Laura and I am coming to you from Lowestoft in Suffolk in the UK, and I come here weekly to talk about my knitting. I don't have a knit night. This is my knit night, so welcome to my knit night. And yeah, this is just where I come to chit chat about my knitting. So I'm back on my birthing ball for my exercise ball. I wouldn't be having the exercise ball if I wasn't pregnant, because I don't really do exercise. Back on my ball, so I'm bouncing. I hope that doesn't annoy anybody. I live here with my husband, my almost 3-year-old daughter, and I will be having, hopefully if all goes well, a son in December. And yeah, this is just where I come to talk about knitting gumph. So today is, let's do the date, what's the date? Sunday the 6th of October 2019, and I've had quite a knitty week. So I'm going to jump straight in. There will be chit chat at the end about anything that's been going on and community stuff that I have been involved in, and meet up, and yeah, but I'll do all the knitty bits first for anyone who isn't interested. So I'm going to start with whips because I have no FOs. I feel like it's been a really long time, excuse me, I've had worst acid reflux, heartburn. It just won't go away. I'm taking medication, it's still not going away. So what am I on about? I haven't done like half of the intro stuff. You can find me on Instagram as The Lonely Knitter, on Ravelry as The Lonely Knitter 2, and here on YouTube. You can also find me on Patreon. I have a Patreon account which I use. I have my absolutely lovely friends who support me there, who are friends of the podcast, and I use the Patreon account to fund things like postage for giveaways and bits and bobs like that at the moment. If you are interested in supporting me, the link is below. And what else? We have a Facebook group. So I have a Facebook group with my friend Katie of the Geordie Knits podcast. That is Knit Along with Geordie Knits and the Lonely Knitter on Facebook. And it is a lovely, lovely community of people. Just a really, 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 really nice place to be. We are running a knit along there at the moment. It is the Karie along, so that is in our Ravelry groups, in the Facebook group, and over on Instagram if you use hashtag Karie along. That is for patterns by Karie Westermann. So yeah, we've picked that for our last one of the year, last knit along of the year in that group, and it runs for 3 whole months, the last whole 3 months of the year. You can knit any Karie Westermann pattern and you can enter it in. You can enter it into the finished object thread that I will set up in my Ravelry group. You can enter it into the finished object thread that will be set up in the Geordie Knits Ravelry group. You can post your finished object pictures in the Facebook group, and you can put them on Instagram. So there will be chances to win on Ravelry, Instagram and Facebook. So wherever you are, you can join in. I think that's about it. There's a spider on my ceiling. That'll be crawling into my mouth while I sleep. So I just want to say a massive, massive thank you to Alice, Audrey, Karen, Emma, Hannah, Jane, Jo, Julie, Katie, Lisa, another Lisa, Paula, Rose, Samantha, Sophie, Stacey, Susan and Verity, and the one lovely person who would like to remain anonymous, for supporting me on Patreon. It is a massive big deal for me. I can't even begin to tell you how it makes me feel that 19 people overall have chosen to come and support my Patreon account and help me do the things that I want to do with the podcast, so the giveaways, the postage and the fun things that let me interact with the community in those ways. and not have to take it all out of my wages, which will be going down significantly when I go on maternity leave. So it is a big help and I am very appreciative. So on to WIPs, because as I said, no FOs, and I feel like it's been a few weeks since I haven't had an FO. Like I've had little FOs, whatever's happened every week. One of them I can't show you. It is a design project, so I've spoken about that in the previous weeks, and it is very close to being finished, completely finished, and then I will wait until it can be revealed, because it is a collaboration with someone that I absolutely love in our community, and yeah, I'll wait until we have all the details. I can probably tell you who it is because she's announced that we're doing a collaboration, and that is Mia from Brambles and Me. She has had her 1 year anniversary of her business, and if you go over to her Instagram you can see the pictures, and I believe the pre-orders are now open for her mini set lovely surprise like birthday celebration. So it's a mini set and then it's some other things, and I'm in on that with her. So yeah, go and have a little look if you're interested in what we've collaborated on. And at the moment that is living. I have emptied out this bag so that I can't accidentally show anything, but it is living in my Duckpool Lane Nightmare Before Christmas bag, my Sally and Jack bag. I love this bag. I got this bag last year from Duckpool Lane. It is a lovely bag. It has stars on the inside, a nice big handle, and like many of her bags comes with a tab that you can thread your yarns through if you need to, but also a lobster claw clip on the inside. And I got this last year, and this I got married October 27th last year, and this is in quite a few of my wedding photos, like my wedding prep photos. So when I was getting my hair and makeup done, I was sat there with my eyes shut, having my hair and makeup done, just going around on a vanilla sock, and it was in this bag, so this bag was on my lap while that was happening. So this one has a lot of special memories for me, and I love Halloween and I love autumn. I just basically like any month, any season that isn't summer, because I am a hot bod. I've always been a hot bod, and I just can't stand how sweaty I get. So yeah, I love all Halloween anyway, and I would happily use Halloween and this bag all year round. I'm pretty sure I used this right up until Christmas last year. So I'm the same with all Halloween bags. They can go all year for me. So that was my first project that I can't show you. My next project has been living in a stash enhancement bag, but I have taken it out of there, so I will show the bag at the end. But this is Noodle Soup yarns in the honeyed colourway. These are just my vanilla socks that are going round and round whenever I have 5 minutes. But I haven't particularly had 5 minutes because I've been working on my design project, a test knit, and now a shawl as well. So this is honeyed by Noodle Soup yarns. That is Charlie, the lovely Charlie. She is a hand dyer from Norwich in Norfolk, and so she's quite local to me, and she's an absolutely lovely person. And I gobstopperballed her ball of yarn. It was a skein, and I gobstopperballed it when I was winding it up, and oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I almost don't want to knit it. This is still the first sock. I am on the toe decreases, which is why I'm not knitting right now, otherwise I'd just be going round and round on it. And so yeah, this is nearly done. This will be finished. I might just finish this one. I might not finish this one tonight. I'm really making steam on my design project, but I'll just finish this one whenever and then cast straight on for the next one, because I'm trying to avoid second sock syndrome completely. And I want these socks because I am going to be entering them in to Scr1tno Knitting Project podcast. My lovely friend Sharon, she's my yarn mum. I have chosen her. She has adopted me. I have a yarn mother. She is doing a stripy sock knit along. I have 2 pairs that I need to photograph properly just on the blockers and post in her finished objects thread on Ravelry, but this will be the 3rd pair, so my 3rd entry into that once I get them finished. So that's that one. So the next project that I have been working on, like, I want to say like a speed demon, but I haven't been because I've had to rip a chunk of it out, but also because whilst I absolutely adore it, when I have to spread my time over multiple projects, I'm just finding that I'm not getting them knit as fast as I normally would, obviously. So this is the Equinox crop. This is a cropped sweater by Truly Hooked, lovely Verity of Truly Hooked, and I am a test knitter for it. And if you haven't seen last week's episode, I also qualified for, well, I didn't qualify, what am I about? I said that I would love to be considered for yarn support, because on her little form that you filled out to say that you wanted to test, you could put your hat in the ring to get yarn support, and she picked 5 people at random to get that yarn support, and I got it. And she would let you choose from any yarn. She was like, you know, if you want to get someone else's yarn, that's fine. If you want to get my yarn, that's fine. I wanted her yarn. So this is her merino nylon DK in the pickled cabbage colourway, which I absolutely love. I have been alternating skeins the entire time, 1 by 1 rounds, using the helical knitting technique that I learnt from Grace of Babel's Travelling Yarns. I'm going to put it on for you. I'm going to put it on. It is a crop sweater. It has got quite a bit of ease, or a good few inches of ease, which is exactly what I wanted. And the bit I love about this is the neckline. So, oh my gosh, I love this neck. Because I just feel, I hate having anything that's up around my neck. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It needs a good block, so it's not all crinkly. And it's just really nice crop sweater. I have a black, obviously big belly sticking out the bottom, not the most attractive, but I still love it. But I have a black like skater dress that's a very stretchy fabric and comes out here, so I can wear it while I'm pregnant, just with leggings. Nobody wants to see it under that dress. And I think it would go quite well with that. It has got full length sleeves. I am only this far on the first one. I was a good few inches further when I realised it wasn't fitting me properly, so I ripped out, had a chat, and partly because I didn't even look at the directions properly, I just ploughed on. I hadn't been knitting it correctly down the sleeve, but also like the measurements taken are for, like, from, you know, Craft Yarn Council, whatever. You can't have a pattern that will fit every single body type and every single arm type. Now, I've got the bingo wings, I have, but my bust size does not correlate with my upper arm. I don't have as big an upper arm as it says by quite a lot, so I am making a few little adjustments and recording them so I can tell her what I'm doing. So I'll take this off. Oh, it's always the attractive bit, taking your jumper off on camera. But I'm loving it to bits, absolutely loving it. And yeah, going down the first sleeve. I keep saying, oh, by next week I hope that'll be finished. I think I've said that 2 weeks in a row by now. And whilst I would have it finished by next week, I'm going to stop saying I hope it'll be finished by next week because it's not happened yet. And this is in a Grenade Creations tartan bag, which is the lovely Kirsty, and I love this bag. It's a lovely big sweater size bag and it's just beautiful. So that one's living in there. I got that one at Perth Festival of Yarn. And next, seasonal bag, again can be used all year round. This is like Harry Potter themed bag. It's like one of those ones that isn't 100% Harry Potter, but it looks it. So like there's all these different books on bookshelves, and then this hat kind of looks like the sorting hat. Is there a better shot? Like, you know, well, it doesn't really, they're like witches' hats, whatever, but then the books have titles, and there's one that's very clear that says Defence Against the Dark Arts, which is that one. And yeah, it's just I think it was marketed as a Harry Potter bag. I'm not 100%, but in my head it's a Harry Potter bag. And this is another Duckpool Lane bag, and I got this last year as well, so I had a bit of a buying frenzy in Duckpool Lane last year. So in this bag is living my project for the carry along. I am a major failure when it comes to mine and Katie's joint knit alongs. I never seem to either A, cast on, B, finish any of the knit along projects. I am a total failure with them all, and this time I have tried to convince myself not to be. So I am knitting the Knowth shawl. I will put a picture of it in here. and I got the pattern from Ravelry, and it's a pattern by Karie Westermann, because it's our carry along. And I am knitting it from West Yorkshire Spinners. I have 2 balls of this grey and 1 of this pink. I'm still considering, because I'm not that keen on this pink and I would like something a lot richer, I am considering doing a hand-dyed yarn for the border instead of that pink. But the more I knit on this shawl, the more I love it, and almost feel like I want to knit another one, all in hand-dyed yarn. So I'm going to see how much yarn this takes. I stupidly have stopped partway through a row. So it's not a round, but it's not in the round. But it's just, I'm not going to try and sort this situation, but you can see it has these increases, and it has slip stitches that go down the front, nice neat lines, and yeah, so far it's incredibly simple. So I think the whole body, main part of the body, is going to be this incredibly simple, almost vanilla. You have to think about it every now and then, but barely knit. And I have definitely, oh no I haven't, I thought I'd pulled a stitch there, like, and you know, with like my bracelet or something, but I haven't. This is, I remember when I knit over it, this is a join in the West Yorkshire Spinners yarn. Can you see that big clump that's just fallen on the front? But yeah, it's a join in the yarn rather than a knot, which is obviously better. I feel like I should have cut that out and spit spliced myself, because I think I could have done a better job. Well, I'll put it to the back a bit. So yeah, that is the Knowth shawl, and I haven't got a lot done on it so far, but I only cast it on yesterday? Friday night, actually. Friday night. Worked on a little bit Friday night and a little bit Saturday morning, and then stopped. So it has ploughed on quickly for the beginning of that. So yes, that's living in my Duckpool Lane bag. So those are my whips. I will show you one last bag, and that is a little Jibby Rousseau's pouch. I have filled this with a load of notions. This is my new notions pouch. I've decided this is one I've had for a little while, but haven't been using it, and it is now absolutely full to the brim. It's got a lavender pouch in it. Oh. And it's just full to the brim of all little things, Knitty, and a perfume. I wonder where that had gone. Literally all little things Knitty. I've still got my other notions, like multiple notions pouches and cases, etc. But I'm just wanting more and more to have a fully equipped notions pouch in more than one of my bags, because I constantly am looking for it and scrabbing around for it. So now we're on to stash enhancement, which is quite big. And I think I said last week I'm really broke now. Multiple of these things were bought last week, like before I podcasted last week, and have now arrived. So it's not so much that I've spent tons of money this week, and one of the things was a gift. But I will, that was me tapping on the ball. It's not like farting or anything. I will just go through them. So I think I'm going to go through them in order that they turned up in my house. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Rolling this way. So the first thing that turned up is turned up on Monday morning, so quite early in the week, and Ellie was ill this week. So Monday morning I was at home with her. She was sick very early Monday, and then continued to be sick throughout Monday morning, and vomiting basically, not just feeling poorly. And I stayed in with her, and this turned up. Oh, it was so needed. It was like the perfect moment. Basically, it was half an hour before I had to go to work. Chris had gone into work for the morning and then was taking the afternoon off and whizzing home, so that I didn't have to miss any of my evening shift. And half an hour before I had to go to work, sorted myself out, got all things sorted. I wasn't dressed in my work clothes yet, because I don't do that until like 2 minutes before I walk out the door. And she desperately wanted a cuddle. She was saying, pick me up, and then she said, no, you stand up and cuddle me, and she wanted me to just walk around with her and carry her, which I don't mind. I'll do whatever if she's ill. So I was walking around, just giving her a cuddle, rocking her backwards and forwards, and she threw up between us, and the majority of it went down my top and in my bra and just everywhere. Like, it was all on my chin and in my hair. Oh, it was horrible. And so I just walked us both upstairs and got us both in the bath. And then we got out of the bath when we were done, we were clean, and I put my clothes on, and literally the minute I put my clothes on, so I wasn't running to the door with towel on or anything, there was a knock on the door, and it was the postman, and he brought me yarn. So I ordered this on payday because I have been looking at them, and eyeing them up, and I just was like, I need to get them now. So these are Felt Fusion. So I'll show you this one first. This is Harry. So it's a Harry Potter themed one, and this is her Harry yarn, and I love it. I have no idea what it's going to do when it knits up, but I absolutely love it. I can't wait to knit this. So this is sock yarn. This is colourway Harry, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon high twist, and it's 365 metres to 100 grams. It is such a beautiful fingering weight. It's so shiny. It has such a shine to it. I can't wait to knit this into socks. This is being socks, 100%. And the other one I got was Vintage Christmas. I had been really feeling some Christmas yarn. I have a few skeins of Christmassy themed yarns, or actually I think I've only got three in stash, but I was thinking that I'd really like to knit a few skeins up for the festive sock along that Amy from Stranded Dyeworks is running. So I think this might be my next, no it won't, it'll be one of my next sock cast-ons, vanilla sock cast-ons this will, but might not be the right next one because I have to show you the right next one which is coming up. So these two from Felt Fusion this week, I bought both of those on payday and they turned up on the Monday. Payday was the Friday, so it didn't take a long time. Next thing that came into the house was a lovely parcel from my lovely friends Emma and Rosie at the Hairy Sheep podcast. Now I absolutely love their podcast. I have watched it from the beginning and they are fabulous ladies. They are kind, they are funny, and they're a mother-daughter duo, and their podcast is lovely and they're so talented and they make all of the things. Anyway, they were going to Yarndale and I was not going to Yarndale, and I really couldn't afford to go to Yarndale, but then I saw Dragon Hill Studios post their Halloween colourway and they only had a few cakes available, and they were going to Yarndale, and I was like, there's no way there's going to be any of them left over when they're done. And I loved it, and I was like, I need Halloween yarn, I need Halloween socks, and obviously I am wanting to knit all the stripy socks at the moment as well to go into the Scr1tno stripy socks cal. I love stripy socks. So I commented on their Instagram post and was like, oh my gosh, I love this, I'm not going to Yarndale. And Emma, one half of the Hairy Sheep, commented on my comment and was like, we're going to Yarndale, we could mule for you. And she did. So this is Dragon Hill Studios and this is their Halloween colourway, which is awesome. Awesome. So it comes all caked up, lovely and pretty, and yeah, some wrapped around so you can see the stripes as they are going to come out. So that one I think will have to be my next one, seeing as Halloween is coming up first. So I think this one, then Vintage Christmas. Yeah. So they sent me this, which is the one that I bought. So that was last Saturday, so again before last podcast. And then I was watching their episode and they were talking about their Etsy shop and some of the things that they put into their Etsy shop, and I actually hadn't looked at their Etsy shop. Shame on me, because I know how talented they are and I absolutely love them and I love to support them, and I'm an idiot basically. So I went over there, and obviously I do have my electric eel nano spinning wheel now, which I need to get out and do a review on and actually use a bit more instead of just knitting all the time. And I saw this braid and the colours in this braid, and I was like, now I knew they were talented, I knew they were good dyers, because I have a project out of their hand-dyed yarn, I'm pretty sure, that they knit me for my baby, and I have seen them talk about it on their podcast before. But look at this, it's so lush, it's so lush. I'll turn it over. Look at that purple and blue. I love purple and I love blue, and it's so gorgeous. So I got this braid It's so soft and so affordable. I can't remember how much it was. I can't remember what, somewhere with postage in £10 mark. With postage. So I ordered this straight away from their Etsy shop and it came incredibly quickly, and I would really recommend the service. So go and have a look on the Hairy Sheep Etsy shop and have a little look at some of their hand-dyed yarn and hand-dyed fibre. They do both. And see if there's something that takes your fancy. And they also have their own Patreon account to support their podcast as well, and they do fabulous giveaways and prizes and stuff, so definitely a recommendation there. And then they also sent me a couple of minis. I don't know who these are. If they dyed them, I would not put it past it for them to have dyed them, because they are ultimate talented ladies. But I don't know because I haven't asked them. So I got this one in this amazing little like coconut ball. Look how neat that is. I need to learn how to do them like that. I make thumb balls, but they don't look like that. And then this pretty little mini skein. So I say little, these are chunky mini skeins. So I'm not sure how much to say, I haven't weighed them, but they are good amounts. So I'm loving them. They're going to go in my Cozy Memories blanket. And then they also sent me, it says it on here, dyed alpaca from Wingham Woolwork. I have never spun alpaca before. There is loads here. It's not like they sent me a tiny bit to try. They sent me a bundle. So this fibre is so glossy. And it leaves purple fluff everywhere, which they warned me about. And and I was like, I just feel like it's so beautiful. I want to wear it like as hair. Like, we were just Instagramming, and then I ended up Instagram messaging them like a picture of me wearing it as a hairpiece. I'm not gonna lie, I think I would look awesome just as a bun on the back. I could get away with that. There. You just drag the rest of my hair up. I always wanted purple hair, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I would, I'm not sure I could pull it off. I could definitely pull it off. I look awesome. Anyway, now I have alpaca fluff in my hair. So, oh, I dropped a bit. So, I definitely have alpaca. Attractive. So I was very, very treated by my lovely friends. Thank you so much, Emma and Rosie. You're absolute lovely, lovely gems. And I really appreciate it. It really brightened me up. That came on, did it come on Tuesday? I feel like it came on Tuesday, which was also a nice day because that was the day that Ellie was still off recovering. She wasn't sick on Tuesday, but she was very, very out of sorts. There's alpaca fluff like everywhere, like it's in my nose, it's in my mouth. That was a stupid thing to do. So she was like at home and like definitely not up to full energy, but I had caught it by Tuesday. I'd caught it by Monday night and I was being sick and rushing to the toilet, and it was horrible. It was horrible. So that really perked me up. Okay, so next thing was something that I did buy this week. That's just the ball rubbing against that again, not fine. So the lovely Jilly Makes on Instagram. I have quite a few of her bags now. At least three. Excuse me. Just like the worst acid reflux. So I have a few of her bags, but I haven't bought one in a while. I feel like she hasn't had that many updates. But then she posted a while ago that she was going to be releasing a Snoopy or Peanuts Halloween bag, and I was like, I need some of that. I've got a Christmas one. I've got a normal one, like just like a normal. It's one of those little Japanese knot bags. Is it? It's one of those ones that goes over. It's a little sock bag that's just like ordinary peanuts. And then I was like, I need a Halloween one. I need all the Halloween bags. Halloween bags are amazing. I would knit from Halloween bags every single day of the year. I love Halloween. So when I saw her post this a while ago, I asked her to give me a little heads up when she was putting them in the shop, and I put some money aside from, actually not this payday, the one before. Was it the one before? Can't remember. I put some money aside, not from this payday, previous to that, to be able to pay for this, so it didn't feel like it came out of my budget. It is a very different shape from normal, and I'll just give you a little show. So this is the bag from Geordie Makes. It's definitely like a sock size bag, and it has a square base. Actually, that might be a good place to show you some of the pattern. And it is Peanuts fabric, and it is Halloween themed. It's got some carved pumpkins, and it's got the characters dressed up, and they have little trick-or-treat bags, and Snoopy is a little Dracula, and I just love it. I love the fabric. It's so nice. If you're really wanting one, I got the only one of these, I think, that was in the shop, or at least there's no more of these in the shop, but there is an orange themed Peanuts bag in Geordie Makes shop, like orange fabric with Halloween peanuts on, but otherwise send her a message, because she has had leftover fabric and been able to do new things before, so you never know. And it is all the polka dots inside, and look at this. So you can see there are 4 like tabs that the drawstring goes through. If I get the 2 knots and pull, look at how it closes. It closes in like a square, so the bottom stays square, it doesn't get squashed at all. And the bottom is so cool. I was like, that's so different. And then it has her Geordie Makes button there. And yeah, I really like this bag, and it came absolutely gorgeously packaged. She does this, like, it was in plastic, and then it had like this doily and one of her little tags, and it had the cord around it, and it has a little note on there, in there. And she sent a tea, an English tea shop, English breakfast tea, and one of these leaflets, because she's been donating some of her profits to Cura, supporting breast cancer patients. So this is the charity that she's supporting. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I am always likely to support something if it has a breast cancer, any charity stuff, to be honest. I'm always like, oh yay, now I get to do the only thing and support the charity. But if it's a breast cancer charity, I will normally be like, because my mum had breast cancer, my mum is fine, she is absolutely fine now, but it was pretty severe, and because she now gets involved with other charities and stuff, we know multiple other people that have had breast cancer or have passed away from breast cancer, and yeah, it's just quite a close to my heart sort of cause, as are many things, but yeah, it's just another one of those. And yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at some of the stats on the back. Breast cancer is the 2nd biggest cause of death from cancer in women. Yeah, over 80% of women with breast cancer are still alive 5 years after diagnosis. And 40 years ago, the 5-year survival rate for breast cancer was around 50%. Around 50,000 women and 350 men are diagnosed with breast cancer every year. I'm going to stop reading the stats, but if you are interested in one of Jillie's bags, head over to her shop, because especially this is a really interesting shape. So that one I've talked about, so I can go here and I can put my socks back in it. That had my honeyed socks by Noodle Soup Yarns, my vanilla socks living in it. So next we're on to today. So today I got this. Now, my first anniversary with my husband is coming up. We do not have tons and tons of money to spend on each other. We are going for a night away in the hotel that we were married in, and the same room, the penthouse suite, which is a pretty big deal for us. It's a Sunday night, so it's cheaper this year. Last year it was a Saturday night, and it's the room that we stayed in for our wedding, so we're going there, so that's our treat. But we were going to exchange some little gifts, husband never wants anything, I always want tons of things. So it turned out there was something coming up that he wanted, and that was FIFA 20 on the PlayStation. So I bought him FIFA, and he said I could pick whatever I wanted, and I chose to get this. It's another Halloween bag, but I thought, how nice would it be to have a project bag every year. Actually, I think I was chatting, who was I chatting with Sharon, yeah, my mum Sharon, and she said, how nice would it be to get them out every year, the ones that you've got for your anniversaries. And she is right. So this is a bag that I fell in love with the minute I saw it. Again, the ball, I'm not farting. I don't even know if you can hear that, so you might just be like, what's she on about every time? But it is making like a farty sound on my jeans when I roll forward. Anyway, I watched the Craft House Magic podcast with lovely Ellie. She is local to me. She's from Norwich in Norfolk, so it's not far from me at all. And I saw her talk on her podcast about her cauldron bags, and I was like, it's a cauldron, and it's a project bag, and it's a cauldron. And I was so excited, and so this is what Chris bought me for our first year wedding anniversary as my present. So I have my first Halloween, but I would use this again all year round because I'm a total witch. Yeah, he bought me my first anniversary present, and here it is. So there's the flames at the bottom, and it is a black cauldron, and then here is this gorgeous green goo, and I got to choose between green gunk coming out of it or purple, and I also got to choose the inside of the bag, and I chose green again, so the gunk inside the cauldron. The bag has two amazingly big pockets, like amazingly big. They're really good on the back side, and then here it's a drawstring bag, and I'll show you it closed in a minute, and it has got quite a lot of fluff on here because I have a cat and I have been it's been with the alpaca. But here the free motion quilting is amazing, but it says Craft House Magic, and then there's a little cauldron with a spoon with a ladle in it. So yeah, and you can see there's free motion on the flames as well. The level of detail is crazy. I literally can't believe it. And then the interfacing or the wadding that's in here just makes it really sturdy. And then here it is closed. So I think it looks even more effective and like awesome closed, especially the space that out around there. Like, whoa, my cauldron bag. So yeah, I am really chuffed with this. I haven't emptied it out just while I talk about it, but I can't decide what I want to go. I think my design project's going to go in here now because that's the one that needs the most work at the moment. My vanilla socks will go back in my Jilly Makes bag. My Knowth shawl might move into my Nightmare Before Christmas bag, which will leave the Harry Potter bag empty. But when I finish that design and the test knit, I have to finish the design and the test knit completely. When they are both finished, I am allowing myself to buy the framework bralette pattern, and I'm going to knit that. And I'm going to knit it with two strands of fingering weight held double because it's a DK weight pattern, and I am going to, I think, do the bottom part in one colour, see how far up the body of it I can get in the main colour that I want to use, and then maybe the straps in the first bit of colour again, because I won't have quite enough with just one skein of fingering held double, I don't think. Anyway, so with this bag there was some extras included from the lovely Ellie, and throwing them about, and they were in a little bag but I ripped them straight out of the bag. So first of all, she made me two matching lavender sachets. Anyone who's been watching my podcast, I've been obsessed with lavender this pregnancy. I'm still obsessed with lavender. I literally just sat there like this for a little while, and I've been pulling them out of the project bag ever since, and just, I find it really calming, really amazing. It's the sort of obsession that I've been getting this pregnancy with wanting to smell baby wipes. Don't know, like, they're unscented baby wipes, but they have a smell. And yeah, between these and baby wipes, I've just wanted to like inhale all the time, and this is gorgeous. And it's the lavender is from Ellie's Garden, and it's the same fabric as the flames, so at least one of these is living in here. At the moment they're both living in here because I'm like, they match, they can't go anywhere else, and I have a lot of other lavender sachets, so I'm managing to put one in most bags. Still up for all the lavender, guys. Like, I think I'm gonna rub one of my lavender sachets from my bags and put it in my pillow so I can smell it at night. I have a big one of those big pregnancy pillows. I don't know what is going on. I want all the lavender all the time. I want a lavender body spray or like spritz that I can put on. I'm sure you can get a lavender body spray. Just Google it, you can get anything online. Anyway, she also gave me, in that little packet with those lovely little lavender sachets, a, what I would say is coordinating mini. So this is Pumpkin Patch by Craft House Magic, 80% BFL, 20% nylon, fingering weight yarn, and it's just a gorgeous 5-gram mini, and pumpkin patch, and I love all things Halloween, so I was just like, oh, I love it. And then Ellie was also sharing goodies. I did not take goodies. I will tell you where this was. I did not get it posted to me, this item. I met up with Ellie and some other lovely ladies, but she was passing out goodie packages. I need to buy more badges first of all, because I only had like 8 left, and Ellie was playing with them at one point, and I took them off her because they have a pin, and I was like, no, you can't play with those. You have actual toys, you're not a deprived child. And now I don't know where I put them. But there was only like 8 left anyway, so I need to buy some more. But she gave everybody who was there a package with a couple of little minis and some sweets. I will definitely be eating these while I edit. But it is, I'm guessing this, yeah, the blue, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon in the cloud busting colourway, and the red and white. What colour is that? Ooh, Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle Bell Rock in the same base. So cloud busting is the blue and Jingle Bell Rock is the red and white, and they are lovely. And then she also gave me, oh, I've got a low battery. There we go. She also gave me a Craft House Magic badge to put on my bag with all the badges. Now, this big meetup thing, this happened today, and it is like 2 minutes round the corner from Hobbycraft. I know, big box stores, I do like to support indie dyers, I do like to support indie makers, I do like to support local yarn shops, but I really wanted some sugar and cream, and just wanted to go. Love Hobbycraft. But when we ran over by quite a bit, and when we were done, there was only 17 minutes left until Hobbycraft shut, and I was like, well, we'll come back to the car park. It's on the way towards Hobbycraft. It's like the restaurant, car park, Hobbycraft. So depending on how long it takes me to walk there, I will maybe go and just grab some sugar and cream. And I got to the car park and said goodbye to one of the lovely ladies that I met, and had 13 minutes left to get to Hobbycraft and go in before they shut, and I did it. So it took me less than 5 minutes to walk there, and I had about 5 minutes in the shop, and then yeah, went to pay when it was like 3 minutes to closing, and I just grabbed 2 balls of sugar and cream because they are, I don't know if they're quite expensive or not, like they're £3 a ball. I wanted some more because I wanted to make some more face cloths because I have a Christmas plan. I just grabbed this yellow, sunshiny yellow. Doesn't have colours on, do they? Oh yeah, they do. It's called yellow, and this one's called red. So really bright red and really bright yellow, and they will do fine. And then while I was in there, I was just looking at the needles and the crochet hooks, and I don't usually buy needles and crochet hooks from I usually buy crochet hooks full stop. I have a set of crochet hooks, but some of them have gone walkies. And I don't really like pony needles, which is mainly what they stock in there. And funnily enough, I'm actually using a set right now of pony needles, but it was only because I couldn't find my ones I like, and I have a million sets of pony needles because that's what I grew up using. I want to buy chow goose. I want an interchangeable chow goose set, but they're pricey, and I'm going to save up for them eventually. I really want to buy a 4mm chow goo with like a 60 or 80 centimetre cable. Yeah, 80 probably. So that is on my list because I think I would get a lot of use out of that. Anyway, but I did grab a pony crochet hook only because they had this. I just grabbed a 4.5mm one. I'm quite a loose, I don't know, I always feel like I have to go up. Maybe I'm tight, I don't know. But it's a 4.5mm, which is the one that I felt like I used quite a lot with my interchangeable set and then lost. And it's a pony crochet hook, but it's got a squishy handle. It's really squishy. It's an easy grip one. Just take it out of this because I'm going to throw this anyway. It wasn't expensive, it was a couple of quid. It was less than the cost of one ball of sugar and cream. I feel like sugar and cream's expensive. I feel like all cotton is really expensive. I just want dishcloth cotton, face cloth cotton. I feel like it's expensive. But they nearly said that they had it in the range. Well, we have the range in Lowestoft, and I'm considering going there on my lunch break tomorrow. Anyway, yeah, look at the shape of this pony crochet hook. And it's like a squishy material, so we'll see whether or not I like that. I might use that, because I'm thinking, not for the face cloths, I'm going to knit those, but I've been thinking about for ages a crochet granny stripe blanket. I love the look of them. I know I have a million blankets on the go, but I want to use this for 5-gram minis, and I've signed up for Karie Lay Family Yarns Advent swap again this year, plus I have bought one of Kelly's Advents, plus I have bought a Brambles and Me Advent, plus I have loads of 5-gram little tiny scrappy bits. I mean, this has probably got, loads of the, I mean, I am saving most of these for like the, it's dusty in my house. I'm saving a lot of these for the Advents I'm going to make up and swap with people, but there are little ones like this one that are definitely, and this teeny one, that are definitely too small to swap for those. So yeah, there's loads, like whenever I knit a Cozy Memories square from some of my little minis, I have a little bit left. I think that would be a brilliant idea. So I'm going to start that maybe quite soon, because it would just be a little bit of instant gratification. And I think the first thing that's going to go in, I think I'll take these 3 minis. Maybe I'll even just put that in this bag for now. I might just do that tonight, just for a little bit of relaxation before I go to bed. But these 3 minis from Craft House Magic from Ellie, I might just start crocheting that. So my next, plans. My next vanilla socks after I finish the honeyed ones, which have been going on for ages now, so we'll see if they get done this week, will be these Halloween ones. And then I brought this upstairs with me just to show you. We got this last year. I believe this one was gifted to me. This one was given to me by Charlie of Noodle Soup Yarns. I saw her at a Norwich creative market, I think that was what it was called, and bought some for yarn, and then she gifted me this skein of Zombie Snow Day, and the ball bands fall off because it's been rammed in my stash, but it's amazing. So I'm definitely going to knit that for the festive sock along, and then I'm also going to knit this for the festive sock along. So I have plans for vanilla socks, I have plans for face cloths, I have plans to finish these projects, I have a crochet blanket plan. I have a lot of plans for knitting, so I think that is all of the knitting for this week. So if that is all you are, it's not far. If that's all you are here for, then thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week for more jibber jabber about my knitting. if you're here for the rest of it, my week has been, started off pretty rubbish. Monday, Ellie had a sickness bug. I went to work, worked until 10:30 at night, but I was definitely not very well at work and went home, felt rubbish, had an awful night, and ended up texting in sick to work for the next day. Felt awful because the girls I work with work so hard, and as do I believe, but I felt like I'd really let them down. So stayed at home. That was a hard day because I was at home on Tuesday with Ellie. Chris felt fine by then and went to work. He hadn't felt so good before that, but I stayed at home with Ellie and I was having to run to the loo and I felt really awful. She was recovering, so she mainly just dozed and she was fine, but that was hard to like parent and feel absolutely awful. That was hard. And obviously pregnant as well, and I'm not 100% sure what was my normal nausea from being pregnant, because it's been going on all the way through, and what was the being ill sicknessness. But we just had a house day. Wednesday, had another house day. I wasn't really comfortable going out in public and potentially giving people all my germs. I stopped being sick just after lunch on the Tuesday, but you are supposed to stay away for like 48 hours after your last incident, so I was going to do that. I didn't go to my antenatal class, I didn't want to get anyone else sick. Thursday afternoon we did go to Ellie's swimming class because I hadn't had a recurrence of my illness at all and she seemed fine, and we had an alright swimming lesson. And then Friday, we didn't go far Friday either. We didn't go out, I can't remember where we went, but we didn't go very far. On Thursday we went and saw my dad and his new dog, which is now all moved in, all settled in and very happy. And then Saturday was yesterday. It was not my Saturday to work, which was nice. And I'm sure we did something, but I can't remember what it was. We might not have gone out. Oh, Mum came around in the morning and then Chris went to the football in the afternoon, so me and Ellie stayed in. And then today was Sunday and we went and had a look at some houses because we're trying to sell this house. It's been online for a good few weeks now and we are not getting a lot of viewings, so it's not doing too well. But we're trying to sell this house because we would like a big house and we would like to potentially move close to my husband's work, but we just need to sell this one first. Either move close to my husband's work or move just around the corner to a better house for us. Anyway, so with that, and then we went in two separate cars to look at these houses, and then I went off into Norwich. He went home. He went to Tesco with Ellie, did the week shop, and then they made Peppa Pig fairy cakes, and I went to Barbara's Day Out, which is hosted by Ellie of the Scr1tno Magic Podcast, and it was in a restaurant in Norwich. It was really chilled out, really lovely. We just filled a big table. There was loads of people there. There was some familiar faces, and I met some lovely new people, and we just all gabbed about knitting and chatted and had a lovely time. It was really nice. It feels so refreshing to go out with knitters and sit and knit. I feel like I really desperately need a knit group that I can go to regularly, but it needs to be without children, so it has to be on the weekend, on a Sunday preferably, because Saturdays I work every other at the moment, and also there's football every other-ish that my husband goes to the football. I don't begrudge him that, he has like no other hobbies. And so it needs to really be on Sunday, otherwise I have a child with me and nobody wants a 2.5-year-old rampaging around whilst you're trying to chill out and knit. And so it was just really nice to sit and chat. I sat next to the lovely Jen of Castleview Yarns. It's another yarn dyer that is local to me. Her business is based out of Norfolk as well, and yeah, I'm just meeting all of these crafty people that are actually around my area. Like, travel to Norwich is not an issue at all, and there's always good parking, and it is like just over a half-an-hour drive for me. So yeah, I just had the nicest time, and came home, and Hobbycraft, came home, went around my sister-in-law's for a little while with my little family, and then back home, and here we are. So this week has just raced by so fast, and I feel like I haven't got half the things done that I want to get done. But I also feel like I've got a million little things done, so it's not that bad. So now I'm going to talk a little bit very quickly, because we're already coming up for an hour. A little bit about what's been going on this week and stuff with me. So last week I whinged quite a bit because I was quite angry about the sock competition video. Really did not agree with no, sorry, it wasn't the sock competition video, it was the article that was put out in the Spectator about the sock competition and incident, etc. And then I watched his video in full and I was quite upset. I was quite upset with the comparisons to how he has been treated. He compared that to a woman who wears a short skirt and the assumption that it's her fault that she's raped because of that. He compares that to his situation, which I don't agree with, because his situation was completely of his own making. And I don't agree with whatever. I think that was a very harmful thing, very hurtful thing to say, and I think it could be really, really harmful for some people. I know it made me really upset. I didn't really agree with anything in his video. I did watch the whole thing because I felt like I'd already sort of made a comment on last week's video, and I feel like I couldn't carry on commenting. Here is my opinion, and I will just say it flat out. If someone says they've hurt someone's feelings, if someone said I'd hurt their feelings, I would say, I'm so sorry, that was not my intent. But I totally acknowledge that intent does not take away your hurt feelings. Please help me learn from this if you are able to. You know, if you feel like giving me that love and time and please help me learn from how I've done this so I can fix it, apologise and not do it again. Whether or not you think you've hurt someone, you have no right to tell someone whether or not they've been hurt by you. I don't want anyone hurt by me. He doesn't seem to care about anyone but himself anymore. I find that really sad. I've supported him financially, I've bought things from him, I have had a lovely chat with him before, and this is just a total what sort of moment for me. I put across a few of those views on Instagram. I did report the video. Can't remember what I reported it for. Let me click on one of my videos and see what you can actually report it for. I can't remember. People were bandying around a lot of things that I did not appreciate. Saying that I had done things that I hadn't. Basically, it all got a little bit heated over on social media. I put a couple of posts up. No, I think I just put one post up where I just chatted. I mean, I got no bad comments on YouTube. I got a few thumbs down, but people are entitled to agree or not agree with anything they want to. Here we go. So when you report on YouTube, it gives you the option to put things, and I reported him for two things. I reported his video as being, it said spam or misleading, and I put that because I felt that his video, if people watched that and hadn't seen the other side of the story, I personally feel, having seen everything play out and seen everything he did online, I feel that his video was misleading. And I also put it down for hateful or abusive content, which is the one it wasn't really hateful content that I was reporting for, it was the abusive content. I did not think the rape thing, that really, really disturbed me, and I felt that was quite, and that was the one that fit in both. So I did report the video. I don't think anything's happened, it's still there. It's had thousands and thousands and thousands of views. I've done nothing. I have done nothing that has caused any harm here. I have just done what my right is. There's no ability to comment or talk to him about this whatsoever, so that's how I have responded on social media. And I put a post up on my own Instagram page just saying that I don't recommend people watch this because, and saying, you know, I did financially support this man previously, and that I don't feel able to do that anymore, and yeah, sort of putting my view out. And my Instagram profile was public. Someone went onto my Instagram profile, screenshotted what I had said, posted it over on Twitter. Now, I don't use Twitter, I don't have Twitter. They posted it over on Twitter with a call for people to come and harass me on Instagram. Now, I've never had that before. I've never had any kind of horribleness through social media. I was quite surprised, and I did then get people coming over to harass me. I got people name calling and being abusive in the comments, not particularly to myself, but to other people who had replied to my my post. And I am trying to be sure that I create a safe space within my corners of the internet. So any comments that were just insulting and with no attempt at conversation, I deleted them. I let the people know why I had deleted them and what was about them that I was not happy with. And then after I had like an influx of followers and people who were being really bullying and mean in my comments, not to me, just to other people that had commented, I put my profile to private. I had a little bit of advice from a few friends who've been through this recently, and it seems that there is the alt-right, the right side of the argument. Those people are desperate to silence and bully anyone who says that they feel that everyone should, you know, stand up for each other and look after each other in this community. Yeah, basically, they aren't knitters. Like, I'm here as a knitter chatting to my knitty friends. If you agree with me, lovely. If you don't agree with me, that's your choice. We're all our own people. I'm just telling you how I feel because this is my podcast and I'm chatting about it. If you don't feel the same as me, that's fine. You can either continue to watch me and just be okay that we have differing opinions, or not watch me. But these are people who weren't knitters, who I'd never had any contact with before, whose profile had nothing crafty on, just coming into my space to be mean. I was also accused of trying to profit from the sock competition incident by talking about it. I was just trying to profit from his downfall and him losing income. In what way am I trying to profit? This is where I come to chat. I love it when people subscribe, but my videos, you have to have more than 1,000 subscribers to be able to monetize your videos anyway. I don't have that. I think 600 odd, and I lost a few this week because I'd obviously talked about this. So I don't make money from my channel that way. I sell my patterns. I make a couple of quid a month maybe, and all of that goes back to this community in buying things from other indie makers. I have Patreon. That just about pays for the postage for all the different giveaways that I do. And last month, or this month, I actually bought some of the prizes out of it because there didn't have any prizes left. So no, I don't profit from it. I didn't have an influx of Instagram people. Maybe in the last week, 10 or so people have followed me, and I've had to panic about every single one of them, that they're actually just people coming over to harass me or be mean. Yeah, so it just was funny to me because I talk about stuff on the internet quite openly and have absolutely no issue having a discussion with someone. I have no issue with someone messaging me and saying, I don't agree and here's why. And I'd love to then be able to have a chat with them. And if we can't change each other's minds and neither of us can come over to each other's way of thinking, then we have to accept that that's the end of it. But on the other hand, one of us might have a really good argument and we might change the other one's way of thinking. But to just have people come and be deliberately mean and just call people names, that really upset me. I know Sock Magician, he actually claimed that people were just coming and being abusive. Now I saw all those comments and I saw the posts and I saw everything, and I actually never saw anyone name calling in a nasty way. They were just asking him for some accountability as someone who has had built a big career off of our community. So I just felt quite deflated after this week, and my account is still set to private. Please do follow me if you want to. I will look at your account. If you are a private account, I won't accept you at the moment. I'm not declining or deleting follow requests. I'm just holding off. If I can't see that you're a knitter, if I can't see that you are not a troll account that has 0 posts and 0 followers, if I can see that, then yeah, I'm probably not going to accept at the moment, because I'm just feeling a little vulnerable. Not for any reason of myself, like, I can handle people being horrible to me on the internet. If you want to be horrible to me, at the moment I can deal with it. I'm not always in the best mental state. You know, I've talked about having anxiety and depression in the past, and I am like 29 weeks pregnant. So you know, one day I might feel quite, yeah, I can cope. If you want to be horrible to me on the internet, it's just horrible on the internet, that's fine. The next day I'll be like, I hate everything. So, you know, hormones. If you want to come along and be mean to me, I can't stop you. I hope I won't get scared off the internet for trying to just say that I don't like the idea of just sitting by and not saying anything when I see people being really hurt. Someone who I really value on the internet, on Instagram, has been like chased off Instagram and is left feeling depressed and down and having her business ruined by people who are wading in to support Nathan Taylor. And I'm sorry, but if you go over to his Ko-fi account, you'll see he's got coming up for 2,000 Ko-fis bought for him, coffees, whatever, people who've made donations. He's made or at the last time I checked, which was a few days ago, he'd made 550% of his goal, the money he wanted to raise on there. Like, I'm not profiting. This man is profiting financially right now off of his video and the stuff that he's put out there. If people want to support him, they want to support him. I can't do anything about that. I've given him money in the past, and now I'm not happy with the way he's acting, and I am choosing to not support him in the future. Talk about all the things Knitty on this podcast. That is something Knitty. It is something that is part of our knitting community. I just wanted to put out where I stood on it, and yeah, I was attacked, and people in my comments were attacked, and I had some nasty messages. And sometimes I like to share things regarding my daughter on Instagram, and that's where I didn't really feel safe. I felt like there's these people who hate me, who are coming here just to troll me and make me feel like crud, and my little girl needs to be protected from that. I don't want people doing anything horrible on the internet. So yeah, I've gone private. I also want to make it a safe space from people that do follow me, who I really care about. You know, there's obviously still people who follow me who I don't know. I don't know who they are, but they are following me, and they are deliberately following me even though they hate me. Because, oh, I'm down to 10% low battery. They're obviously following me even though they don't like me. Or, yeah, I say hate. Hate is a fine word to put here, because they are the people who are screenshotting my stories still, screenshotting my posts still, and taking them over to Twitter and they're all being posted on these accounts. I've seen multiple now. I've had people send me them to say they've seen them. They're calling out over there for people to come to Instagram and harass me. I'm just a bit sad about it. At the moment I can handle it, it's fine, but I am sad. I am sad because it's just my Knitty space that I come to and have my opinion on things, and some of my friends got hurt and I talked about it, and people just came over to call me names. I just feel like saying, just go and get on with your life. If you're not even a knitter and you're not even in the knitting community, you don't care whatsoever, you just... I'm not a social justice warrior, I'm just someone who doesn't like it when their friends are ripped to shreds, and then the person who has helped to rip them to shreds turns around and tries to blame them for it. I just don't like it. Anyway, I'm carrying on, I'm saying the same things over and over again. You all know where I stand from what I said last week, from what I've commented in Instagram throughout however many months we have been actually talking about the racism conversation that has been going on within our community. Sometimes I feel like there's these big steps forwards, sometimes I feel like then there's this big step back. Just want everyone that I interact with to feel equally valued, equally important, and no one to feel like they are in a society that is geared towards one cultural group or, you know, skin colour. And I feel like change is happening and some people don't like it and are trying to sabotage it. There we go. I'm gonna go because it is late. I need a wash. I want to go to bed. I'm tired. I also want to knit all the things and crochet something. What's going on with me? And I need to tidy up all this stuff. My husband comes in here and goes, "It was tidy in here an hour ago." So yeah, I'm going to go to bed. But thank you so much if you got all the way through my mega episode this week. As always, can't seem to stop talking, and I really do appreciate you listening to me. If you've got all the way to the end, well done you. I'm not sure I would have done. Thank you as always for making me so much less of a lonely knitter.